Hello everyone. Today we will see the introduction to the embedded systems. What we are going to see in this definition: characteristics of embedded system, real-time system, real-time task, microcontrollers, microcontroller properties, components of microcontrollers, system on chip and its example, components of embedded system, and introduction to embedded processors. These are the points that we are going to cover in this. So this is the outline of this. Now let's start with definition about embedded system. What is embedded system? Before starting with the Internet of Things, we must know what is embedded system, because Internet of Things is completely based on your what embedded system. So unless and until you don't know about embedded system, it is of no use to study the Internet of Things. As the name suggests, embedded means something that is attached to another thing. Means what? Embed. To embed means what? To combine two things. Means to attach two things. To attach one thing with another thing is called as your what? Embedded, or embedding the things. As the name suggests, we are going to attach two different entities, two different things in one. We are going to combine two things into single thing that will become your embedding. As embedded system can be thought of as a computer hardware system having software embedded in it. So embedding means what? Combining two things. And when we are talking about embedded system, we are specifically combining hardware system into software. Means we are going to combine hardware and software into single unit, and that will become your embedded system. So the definition of embedded system we will see, but the meaning of embedded system can be like this. An embedded system can be thought of as a, what we are going to do, computer hardware system having software embedded in it. Means what? There is a hardware system, there is one computer hardware system, and in that hardware system the software components are embedded. So hardware and software are combined together to form an embedded system. So let us see the theoretical definition of the embedded system. An embedded system is a combination of computer hardware and software designed for specific function. So this definition can be divided into two parts. Number one, an embedded system is a combination of your hardware and software. This is the first part. And the second part of this definition can be, an embedded system is designed for specific function. Means what? The embedded system is going to do some specific functions. Specific means what? Every embedded system have their own specialized task. They are not like they are going to do the multiple task at one time, or it is not going to support, let's say, multitasking. Every embedded system has their own specific function, and all the embedded system are the combination of your computer hardware and software, which are specifically designed for particular task. The best example of embedded system you all are aware about is your mobile phone. I guess everyone have mobile phone, and that mobile phone can be treated as the best example of your what? Embedded system. Because in your mobile phone, what is there? You have one hardware like handset, and it has various mobile apps, or it has various, let's say, softwares. Operating system is there, your various mobile apps like your WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Gmail. All those mobile apps can be treated as your software, and that software is embedded into your what? This mobile application or this mobile hardware. That's why it becomes the embedded system, and this can be the best example of your what? Embedded system. Another example can be your computer system or laptop. In computer or in laptop, what is there? It is one kind of hardware, and what you are seeing in that is nothing but your software. So computer is an another example of your what embedded system. So what exactly mobile phone consists of? This will tell you why it is embedded system. Number one, it has graphical user interface GUI, which is the combination of your what software and hardware. How it is software and hardware? It is software because you are going to access your mobile phone or mobile app with the help of your touch screen. So the touch screen panel is nothing but your hardware, and with the help of that touchscreen pattern you are going to access your what various mobile apps. That's why every mobile phone consists of graphical user interface, which is the combination of your hardware as well as what software. The second thing in your mobile phone is operating system, that is your Android operating system or iOS operating system. That is nothing but your software part. Then every mobile phone, almost every mobile phone have what cameras. So that camera is nothing but your what hardware. But when you are going to click any picture with the help of camera, and when you try to edit or when you try to modify that picture, then it will be the task of your software. So there are various mobile applications or mobile apps which are doing the task of editing your photos. When you wish to upload your photograph on Facebook, WhatsApp, or on your Instagram, what you always try to do, you try to modify those photos, you try to edit them. So that editing part will be done by what mobile apps, which is nothing but your software, and hardware is your camera attached to your what mobile phone. Then it has microphone. Whenever you are going to talk with someone on your phone, it is the task of microphone to capture your voice and to send that voice to another person on the other side. So microphone is responsible for establishing the communication between two users, which is the hardware part. There are various sensors on your mobile phone. Now, which are various sensors in your mobile phone that you need to study? When you try to study out those sensors, you will come to know that sensor is your hardware part mounted in your mobile phone, and those sensors are responsible for doing some task, which is again your what hardware part. And there are various what input output modules, which can be either your USB modules, which is again your what hardware part. Input output module can be, you can insert the headphone to listen the songs in your mobile phone, or you can attach the charger for your what charging purpose. This is your what various IO modules, input output modules. And this is why that is the reason why mobile phone can be treated as your embedded system, because it is the combination of, you can see, software hardware, software hardware hardware, and so on. Like this it will become your what embedded system. Again, if you consider the example of your computer system or your computers or laptop or tablet, again why it is treated as embedded system, from this you can understand why it is your embedded system, why laptop, why computer systems are treated as embedded system. One thing I would like to tell you, that when you're talking about or when we are talking about embedded system, always remember here nowhere the word internet has come. Whatever I told you till now, internet is nowhere in the picture. That's why internet is different thing and embedded system is different thing. Embedded system is purely your hardware and software. If there will be no internet on your system, that will be fine. It's not mandatory that every embedded system must require internet with it. Remember this. Then next one is various mobile apps which are available in your mobile phone. Again, it is your what software part. So this is the combination of your hardware and software. So on the basis of this hardware and software combination, we need to understand the various characteristics of embedded system. So the very first and very important characteristics of embedded system is embedded systems are task specific. Means what? Every embedded system have their own task. They are not going to perform the task of other embedded system, because Every embedded system is programmed like this, that they need to execute the task based on the programming done on that particular hardware and software part. So this is the very important and this is the very main characteristics of your what embedded system, that it is task specific. Other are embedded system consist of hardware, software and firmware. Embedded systems are the larger system to perform specific function that we have already discussed. It is either microprocessor based or it is microcontroller based. Every embedded system will either have microprocessor or they will have microcontroller. But one of them is must in case of your what embedded system. Embedded system can be either created with the help of your various processors or various microprocessor, or it can be based on your what microcontrollers. These embedded systems are used for sensing and real-time computing in IoT devices. Whenever you are going to design any IoT application, then the computing task or the computing facility of those IoT devices will always be based on your what embedded system, and the task of that embedded system will be what sensing and real-time computing activities. Sensing means what? The various sensors that you are going to use in your IoT application, those sensors can go, those sensors will going to sense the environment conditions. Like let's say, consider the example of your DHT11 sensor. That DHT11 sensor is used for measuring the humidity and temperature in your environment or in your room. Wherever you are, wherever you wish to mount that sensor will going to capture the room temperature, as well as that sensor will going to capture the humidity present in the room. That is the task of that particular sensor, and whatever that sensor is going to capture, that is nothing but the sensing activity, and those data can be stored either on the cloud or it can be utilized for further activity. That is the process of your what sensing. And real time computing means what? Whatever data generated from that DHT sensor, that data can be stored in your database, and on the basis of that data, on the basis of that stored data, either you are going to generate the graph, either you are going to generate some pie chart, or you are going to do some what analysis part. That is nothing but your real time analysis, or that is nothing but your what real time computing, because whatever data is generated, that data is your real time data. You are getting the room temperature, you are getting your real time room temperature. So whatever processing or whatever computing has been done on the data generated from the sensor, that processing is nothing but your what real time computing activity, and which is generally happen in case of your what IoT devices. Next one is embedded system are required to perform their function under a time constraint. Yes, always. Whenever any task is carried out by the embedded system, all the tasks are having their own time constraint. Means what? Every activity scheduled with the help of your embedded system, it must be finished in given time span. It should not exceed from that particular time span. After the end of that time span, the activity will automatically get finished. It will automatically get terminated. So these are the various characteristics of your what embedded system, out of which the important one is what? It is task specific and it has time constraint. Remember always that embedded system are based on these characteristics. Again, some of the important characteristics of embedded system are: it is single function, that we already discussed in previous slide, that it is task specific, or it is what your single function means what? They are going to perform the single function, they are going to perform some single predefined task, and they are not going to intervene or interfere in another task. That is nothing but your what single function embedded system. All the embedded systems are reactive and real time in nature. Reactive means what? If you try to give some input to the embedded system, they will immediately react on the basis of the input received. So they will immediately generate some data, they are immediately reacting, and they are what embedded system are always your what real time. As I told you the example of your DHT11 sensor. DHT11 sensor will going to continuously sense the data and it will continuously generate what your real time data. So all the embedded systems are always your what? Real time in nature. Then embedded systems are mostly microprocessor based system. So whenever you are going to discuss or whenever you are going to design any embedded system, always try to use the microprocessor in it. So it is usually microprocessor based embedded system. Then every embedded system will have some kind of memory. That memory will going to store some data. That data will be useful for performing those particular specific tasks, and those data will not going to deleted or they are not going to vanish unless and until they are done manually. So every embedded system will always have some memory. All the embedded systems are connected in nature. Means what? Every embedded system, every component, or one or two or three embedded systems are always connected in nature. They are always connected with other components. And last one is embedded system is your hardware and software system. Always remember, whenever we are talking about embedded system, every embedded system will always have number one hardware and number two software. So embedded system will work in the combination of your hardware and software, but within the some time constraint. Whatever will be the application, on the basis of that application, they are going to perform some activity, and that activity will have hardware or they will have software or they will have the combination of your hardware and software combinedly. But always every embedded system will work with the combination of your hardware and software, but it is not necessary that every embedded system must require your internet. It will be fine if you don't have internet connectivity with your system, still your system will work and it will be treated as your it will be treated as your embedded system. When it comes internet into the picture, then it will become your internet of things. But when up till now we have not seen anything related with your internet, that's why embedded system is purely the combination of your hardware and software. Always and always remember this thing. Let us see the various components of embedded system. These are the various components of your what? Embedded system. Number one, every embedded system must have or they always have your sensors and actuators. The sensor will going to generate some analog data. That analog data will be converted into digital data with the help of AD converter. Any whatever will be the converted analog to digital, that digital data is treated as input to your processor. The processor will going to store that digital data either into the memory or it will going to process on the same processor. After processing, that data is given to the digital to analog converter, and that digital to analog converter will going to provide that data as an input to the actuator. So these are what various important components of your what? Embedded system. Again, I am telling you, kindly focus here. You will not going to see the internet anywhere. Sensor actuators are your hardware part. AD converters, DA converters, processor, memory, everything is your what? Hardware part. To process something, you will require some programming. Let's say some assembly language programming or your some C++ programming. That will be your software part. So here purely your hardware and software is there. In case of your, if you consider all the components on of your embedded system, everything is your, either it will be your hardware or it will be your software, and it will become the embedded system. So as I told you the example of your sensor DHT11 sensor, it will going to sense the data. Actuator is nothing but it is a mechanical device which will going to give you some output. We will see the sensors and actuator later on, but these are some hardware components, and to work with these hardwares you will require some software, then it will become your embedded system.